right, and welcome to another edition of Just a Couple Guys Talking Football with PJ and Tate. It's been a while. We haven't talked to you guys. We got to recap a bunch of things here, Tate. What do we got? We got the Micah trade. We actually had an NFL game last night. We got to cover that. And the other thing that we haven't given you folks is we haven't given you our playoff picks and all the way through the Super Bowl. So, Tate, I'm going to acquiesce to you and give you the microphone. And I would love to hear your first take that you thought when Micah Parsons was traded.
I told you that he wasn't going to re-sign with the Cowboys. I ended up agreeing with you, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. Well, I didn't know, but I had a very good opinion that it wasn't going to happen because of what he came out and said publicly about the Cowboys did not want to directly speak with him and not his agent. And then also Jerry Jones took some cheap shots at him for him missing 4 games for being hurt. Mm-hmm. And he basically took everything off of social media. So I had a really strong feeling that he was not going to sign there. Now for him to go to a playoff team in the NFC, I was really thinking he was going to go somewhere in the AFC, but I'm sure the Packers gave him the sweetest still.
So you brought up a very good point, and I think that's the point that I underappreciated, if you will, that is how upset Micah Parsons truly was. And I think that can't be underlooked. I think behind the scenes that Micah was in so many ways upset with Jerry because Jerry was taking the cheap shots. And I think that Jerry probably gave him some kind of a last minute offer, but Micah basically said, listen, man, I'm done. You're going to have to trade me. I'm not doing this. And I think that this is one of the points that we finally have seen with Jerry Jones to where he can't just say whatever he wants and let it go.
Yep.
It's, this isn't repairable.
Yeah.
Very good point too that you brought up about trading him to the Packers. Now, the rumors have been swirling around for the last week of there were 6 teams involved. There were 7 teams involved. I don't even know. There was news that broke last night, like in a rumor that the Eagles wanted him. Well, of course, they're not going to trade him to the Eagles. But you're right. Like, trading him out of the conference would make the most sense. Now, did the Packers truly give them the best package? I mean, 2 first-rounders and Kenny Clark, to me, that seems pretty cheap. Especially for, let's be honest, where are the Packers going to be picking? They're going to be picking in the upper 20s. They're going to be picking probably 25 or higher in the next 2 drafts. Yeah. So that's nothing to me. Kenny Clark, I like Kenny Clark. He's a good D tackle. He's 30 years old. You're talking about that you just let one of the best defensive players in the game right now, arguably one of the best, if not the best, and you let him walk for 2 first-rounders and Kenny Clark, and then your BS statement of, oh, we got to stop the run, and, Micah's great, but we got to stop the run. I mean, come on. How well were they stopping the run last night, by the way?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah. I mean, and you love yourself some Eberflus, so.
I mean, listen,
of a hell of a D coordinator. No,
listen, yeah, go ahead.
I think it was probably the best deal. I don't know. Maybe there wasn't a lot of teams. I bet you there were 7 teams in on him. Maybe they're all not giving him 2 first rounds. To me, what it was damaged, I would have took it. Like how damaged it was, the relationship probably would have took the 2 first rounds. The other thing that doesn't make sense to me is why in the hell, because they were having contract negotiations and being angry at each other before the draft. Why didn't they do this before the draft?
Well, you bring up a very valid point, Tate, that in their cowboy way, if you will, they could have probably maximized their package deal for Micah Parsons before the draft and been able to pick players that would affect their team this year. Now that can has been booted to next year. And I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. it's so backwards that the way they do things is like, hey,
Yeah.
no, we're not going to talk to the agent. I'm going to talk to the player.
Ego. It's the Jerry Jones ego. Have you watched the Netflix documentary?
No, I started it, but
his ego is out of control. It's terrible. I mean, it's just like it's like, what are you gonna like? 30 years of all this hype with the Cowboys. Now, one playoff win, is it 1 or 0? I know they lost. I can't remember. I thought maybe they got one with Mike McCarthy. Maybe
they did. I'm sorry, they did get one with Mike McCarthy.
Okay, so one playoff game since
I know they beat I think they beat Tampa Bay one year.
Yeah, since what, Super Bowl 30 versus the Steelers, 1995. Since then.
One, but let's just talk about. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, Jerry's ego is out of control. That's beyond sane. He's made his team very relevant in the regular season sometimes. They've had some incredible teams. Even when it was back with Jason Garrett, Tony Romo, Des Bryant, they were knocking on the door of some greatness in their own, probably beyond what I thought they could do. But the whole thing is they never fully put it together. And I think that the whole key to that, missing the piece to those teams, is because of Jerry Jones's ego. That is exactly what you said.
His ego is writing checks his body can't cash, PJ.
He's been busted. He's been put in hack twice by me. I'm sorry. That's a little Top Gun humor for you guys. I totally agree. I think it's crazy that they traded him to just gloss over that one more time, to the Packers. The Packers are not necessarily their friendly team. I still remember a couple years ago when the Cowboys really had a good team, and Jordan Love and
they came in and
beat the crap out of them.
Yeah,
and just made them look silly.
It was one of the happiest days of my life.
And it's just funny too, because they play the Packers this year. They play them like week 4. I know. And like, for me, it's not as bad as training in the division, but training in the conference really just it's a ballsy maneuver for me. And I hope that Jerry got what he wants out of it. I'm really interested to see what the fans treat Micah like when he rolls back into Dallas. I'm interested to see what Jerry treats him like. But let's also talk about one factor, and this is, because it was kind of talked about in rumors, but the Micah Parsons hurt back situation. Now, whether they're doing a deep conspiracy here and he got an epidural for nothing, but Micah Parsons just got an epidural for his back problem.
Yeah,
which to me is not necessarily saying to me that wasn't a real deal. That's a real deal. Mm-hmm. Now, $47 million makes it feel a whole heck of a lot better, don't get me wrong. But he got an epidural. I don't know how 100% he's going to be to start this season. I'll be honest with you. Now, being a Bears fan and watching the Packers' newest toy not be 100%, I'm not necessarily going to cry. Yeah. Right. But listen, Micah is a great player. I'm glad to see that he's going to a team that appreciates him. Green Bay's not Dallas, though, Micah. There's not a lot of fun things to do up there. You're not the king of you're not king of Dallas anymore. It's gonna be good, but hey, he got what he wanted. I guess Dallas got what they wanted in a way. And with that segue, we could definitely tell that, I think that meme that was going around earlier, you sent it to me, Tate, where Jerry Jones admitted that he was one defensive player away from making an impact. It's just funny because did they miss Micah Parsons last night in that game? Yes and no. Could I tell that there was a difference? I don't know. But Micah causes havoc. And if Micah was happy on that team playing against a division foe, I'm sure Micah would have had something to say. Now, first thoughts as I watched that game, Philadelphia Eagles versus Dallas Cowboys, 24-20. The beginning of the game, Dallas played a lot better than I thought they would. They came out really swinging.
I was super nervous. I mean, with Jalen Carter, being a complete moron and spitting in the face, and I bet you he's going to be suspended another game. But I was really surprised how well they moved the ball. But again, they weren't getting pressure. They weren't
No,
getting any
no.
pressure because Fangio doesn't like to blitz. He started doing
Oh.
some cornerback blitzes. He likes to play this base package, and it worked. It worked in the Super Bowl, but they were not getting pressure. And they were getting gashed pretty good in the run game, too.
I'll be honest with you, too. I think that what happened with Philly, at least on the defensive side, when Jalen Carter went out, I think it took a little bit of wind out of their sails. Like, hey, hang on
it's
here.
their best player.
Because the other part that I want to say about this, and I'm not saying Jalen Carter's right, and I'm not saying he's wrong, but the one thing that I did see that he was, if you look at the video, he was on the other side of the sideline, like crossing right by the huddle. Now, I get it, Jalen. You're excited to be amped for a game. The first play hasn't happened. Hey, Jalen, get behind the line of scrimmage and show up in a minute and hit the guy. Oh, listen, does he need to spit on him? No. Do I think it's a dumb move? For sure. Is he a tough competitor? I mean, of course. But it's like, I think when Jalen went out, that the rest of the defense was like, whoa, hey, hang on here. Like, that's our guy. Like, that's our guy. And listen, the other thing that you could definitely tell was, because they rotate him so much through with Jordan Davis, that Jordan Davis was gassed later on in the game because he was playing a lot. And a lot of that was because, to stop the run and to pass rush, these guys, they rotate in every other play or every 2 plays. Yeah. They keep them fresh.
Yeah.
Listen, the Cowboys did. It was a little surprising to me how well they moved the ball. But Cowboys got a cowboy, man. And later on in the game...
they're going to cowboy, and if there wasn't a weather delay, like you and I talked about it briefly earlier today, I think it would have been a stomping. I do. I think they would have beat them by... I lost, obviously,
right,
but I picked the 8.5. I was just like, screw it. I hate the Cowboys. I'm going to go for it.
So
yeah, I think that momentum killer, as soon as they got... Because I think, like, they would have ran down the field, scored a touchdown.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, it'd been up 11 points.
They would have been up 11. So, they would have been at that point. They would have been.
And then
up,
the Cowboys would
11.
have came back, but then they would have. Then the
Dak
Eagles
would have thrown an interception.
Yeah, and then the Eagles would have gone down and kick a field goal, and they still would have been up by 11 points.
Yeah, right.
7 points.
So here's the other thing too, and one thing that I'm going to tip my hat to Brian Schottenheimer because I've been roasting him a little bit on the podcast, and listen,
too.
the guy's getting a chance to coach, and listen, he's going with it, and good for him.
The only reason why I can't stand him is as a Cowboy.
Right, exactly.
Listen,
I mean, but
I do think he's overrated. I think he's overrated.
Listen, he's getting his shot, and he's going with it, so good for him. And I'll be honest with you, their running lanes looked pretty decent last night, surprisingly, against that tough Philadelphia Eagles line.
Well, who was calling the game last night? Collinsworth was saying...
Collinsworth, yeah.
Yeah, Collinsworth was even saying that you can tell that the team's buying into Schottenheimer.
Oh, no.
How they were playing. CeeDee Lamb doesn't drop those last 3 balls. They're going to win the game.
I mean, and let's be honest. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys should have had about 4 or 5 different interceptions that got dropped. And I'll be honest with you, folks, Eagles players will not drop those balls soon. That's one thing that it was kind of shocking. Now, the ball rolls funny. I get it. But, man, I mean, there was about 3 or 4 that I was like, this is trouble. And this is going to be trouble. But, hands down, Eagles running offense looked amazing. Jalen scrambles great. That offensive line is good. Saquon has not missed a beat. The only thing I'll say, though, and I've been laughing about it all day, is, man, if you drafted A.J. Brown in your fantasy football league, boy, were you having a rough night.
Because I was at work last night, and everybody we were watching the game with, a couple of them had A.J. Brown, and
I think he didn't even have a target till the fourth quarter. Am I right? Yeah.
They were so pissed.
It's so funny because you know what's funny, everyone? It's going to get so corrected next week that he's going to have 10 targets and 8 catches and 3 touchdowns. Yeah. But it's a first game, Thursday night.
Week 1.
I mean, did the Eagles win? Yes, like we both thought. Did they cover? No. And I think you and I talked about it. That weather delay made everybody come out and play. It made them play conservative, and that's fine. I just, Man, I was like, it's going to go over. It's going to go 8.5. It's going to go everything. And then all of a sudden, and that's okay. Cause I did like an NFL junkie. I stayed up and watched the last part of the game. Cause
I missed most of it cause I was at work running calls. So I missed basically the majority of the game, the second half. But yeah, I know. And I was saying that I was punching the recliner just because freaking that weather delay. I'm like, it's losing all their momentum now. It's like this favors freaking the Cowboys. So nice. I knew it. Yeah. Nice. But I'm just glad football's back. Yeah. I'm pumped for tonight.
Yeah. Chiefs Chargers.
Great. Another great game. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts with this one is I think you're going to see a defensive battle in this game, in my opinion. I really do think that you're going to see that. I think you're going to see the Chiefs defense is tough. The Chargers defense is tough. Listen, I know the Chargers are missing Rashawn Slater. I know that they're missing some other things. But the main thing that I'll tell you is Jim Harbaugh knows how to coach up a team. And I think you're going to see a hard-fought game tonight is what I think.
I know the Chiefs are favored. What is it, 2.5?
No, it was 3.5. When I did my P's with PJ yesterday, Tate, it was 3. I love 3 all day because it's a push. That hook of 3.5, I don't know which way to go. If it's 3.5, I'd probably lean Chargers now at the plus 3.5 because I can kind of see it being that tight of a game, especially being a division game. And that's something I should have thought about harder with last night. But like you and I said, that game was going the Eagles' way until it went totally conservative. I definitely think that the Chiefs have a great team. I think the Chargers have a good team. But the one thing I did say on my stuff yesterday, Tate, which sorry that you couldn't join me, but my belief in Justin Herbert is dwindling, and especially in big games. The guy can put on a show. The guy is a great quarterback, but man, when the lights get brighter, he gets a little dimmer. And I'm curious to see what happens tonight. Is he going to come and play? I mean, let's be honest with you. I know they got Ladd McConkey. They got Keenan Allen back. Marion Hampton's supposed to be good, but he's a first-year running back. Najee Harris was a signing, but he had a firework in his eye, so God knows if he can play, if he can see. I don't even know. My whole thing is where's the Chargers offensive firepower coming from? Because I know where the Chiefs offensive firepower is coming from. Mahomes is going to find somebody. Mahomes is going to find whoever he needs to. But my problem with the Chargers, and this is why I had a hard time picking them to win tonight, well, because I didn't pick them to win, if you will, is where's their offensive firepower going to come from? And and maybe if you can answer me that, maybe I can be a bigger believer.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think you got a good coached Harbaugh team like he does every year. He never has like these big names.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm always saying. When was the last time big Hall of Fame wide receivers won a Super Bowl? Was the damn Dallas Cowboys. That was it.
Yeah.
There's not one. Randy Moss never did. Nobody on the Rams, like you said, there's no Hall of Fame wide receivers. I'm telling you. So, like, I think I'm probably crazy because the Chiefs usually start pretty good, but I picked the money line and I said the Chargers.
Ooh. I like it. The Chargers tonight.
I'm just going ballsy. That way I'll be.
You're bolting up. You're bolting up.
I'm going to be throwing all my dog's toys at the goddamn TV. I know it, but I'm going for it.
We are bolting up show. We are now changing our name to San Diego Superchargers.
Well, no, it just makes me a little more into it. Now the refs can stay out of it. I mean, because the refs are crap last night too. How many holding calls?
Listen, or how many holding calls?
Jesus Christ.
And I'll be honest with you, folks. It's early on, and we're going to complain about this again. But one of the things I did see, I was like, why are we stopping it now? Like,
yeah.
And listen, at some point we're going to do a deep dive, I'm sure, Tate, on refs in general and paying them and probably getting professionals. But we don't need to cover that tonight because we have a game starting. We got to get
Yeah, so
started,
let's
but
get to
real
our other
quick,
stuff.
let's get to our other stuff. And that is,
Yep.
folks, we owe you our playoff picks. So, starting from the top,
Yeah,
Tate.
kick off in 30 minutes, PJ. so-
Don't worry, Tate.
All right.
This ain't gonna take long. Tate, NFC East. Who do you got winning the NFC East?
I got the Eagles, obviously. Same as
Me
you. I'm
too.
sure.
That's an easy one. Eagles all day, folks. I love all the other teams, but that's a no-brainer.
Actually, you and I are very similar in this whole thing. North, I
I
got
do
the
too.
Lions.
That's okay. NFC North, the Lions. I have the Lions as well. I think, and I have not changed it. I thought about it after the Micah Parsons. I'm still sticking with the Lions. I see that you didn't change it either. But next up, NFC South, Buccaneers. I think we all know the Buccaneers are a good team. I've heard a lot of people talk that they're a very big sleeper team to be in the Super Bowl. That sounds all well and good. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
NFC West, we both have the Los Angeles Rams. I don't see any problem with that. I do
Well,
see
guess what? Christian McCaffrey's hurt again.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, people keep saying how everybody's sleeping on the Niners, and you and I both said they're aging, and let's see what their health is,
Yeah.
and already he's got a calf issue.
Yeah.
Now, it could be nothing, but we also know with Christian McCaffrey, it could be something.
When he's hurt, he's hurt. When he's hurt, he's hurt. A majority of his career, he's been hurt.
You're absolutely right. Actually, Tate, I think through the playoff, through all of our picks, we're, other than when we get to the playoffs, like the structure, we're actually the same. So, folks, we both have the Packers in the wild card.
Yep.
We both have the Commanders in the wild card.
Yep.
And we both have the 49ers because obviously we can't stop drinking the 49ers Kool-Aid. We love Kyle Shanahan, and that's only because I can't stop believing in Kyle, and you only love him because he's just Shanahan. So.
Yeah, because the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait, is that on your hat? All
All
right. AFC East. Folks, we both have the Buffalo Bills. I don't know if that's a surprising shocker to anybody. The AFC East, yeah, the Patriots are going to be better, but come on. The Bills are going to be the class. AFC North, Ravens. Guys, the Ravens probably have one of the best, if not the best roster in football, minus the Eagles. They're battling for them. AFC South, we both have the Texans, which is easy to pick. I know I can't see anybody else really threatening that. AFC West. Now, I was kind of shocked, Tate, that you did not have the Broncos winning the division.
Yeah.
You have the Chiefs.
You know that. No. I'm not there in the Broncos yet. The hype is
listen, the hype train is running like a silver bullet.
I don't even think the hype was this high when Peyton Manning was our quarterback. I'm not kidding you.
It is very high.
No,
it is very high.
You got Dan Orlovsky going off about it.
You got Dan Orlovsky, Russ Tucker. I mean, I can keep naming the names because I hear them on everybody's podcast because they keep stopping by.
Yeah,
by the way, any of these guys
want
to stop? Anybody want to stop by our podcast? Open invitations
Rich
out there.
all about him, but Rich Eisen still has the Chiefs. Because I watched an ESPN pick 'em, it's very similar to what we have.
Okay, so we got the Chiefs winning the division. Wild card, we both like the Aaron Rodgers-led Steelers. Guys, Mike Tomlin gets in the playoffs. That's what he does. The key is, can they win a playoff game this year? Now, back to your Broncos. We both have the Broncos as a wild card. Now, how deep they go, I totally agree with you. The hype train is real. It is running off the track.
I'm telling you right now, if Sean gets a running game, they're going to be very scary. Here's another problem. Greenlaw is going to be out on Sunday.
Are you serious?
And he has not practiced all week. He's barely practiced in training camp. I think that was probably a bust of a free agent we picked up. They took a swing and swung for the fences, but I'm telling you, if the Broncos can get a running game, they're going to be very scary.
I'm really curious to see what the running game looks like with J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey. There's a lot of noise coming out about that running game right now. And the other noise that I'll tell you, Tate, and I know, it's a lot of Broncos and Bears talk on here, folks, but get used to it because we bleed orange and blue just both ways.
Yeah. Ours is more of a lighter.
Yeah, just a little bit lighter. It's fine. The talk coming out is that the Broncos have a running game and Bo Nix's progression is on par with Drew Brees. And that's high praise for me.
Yeah, and I still think that their offense is gonna start slow. I think the defense is gonna carry him. But what a way if you're a Broncos fan to open up against, and I think hearing some positive noise about Titans, but to open up against the Titans and the Colts.
So we both finally have the Chargers in the playoff too.
Just like last year.
So notice, folks, that we both don't have the Bengals. And a lot of that is because of one thing, and I think the one thing that you can hear us talking about through all these teams is defense. Bengals don't have one. And I don't care how good Joe Burrow is, and I don't care how good, just like Tate just said, how many Hall of Famer wide receivers have won the Super Bowl lately? Great. Jamar Chase is great. That's great. Can he play defense? Unless he's Travis Hunter, it doesn't look like it. So, AFC Championship, Tate, you have the Bills versus the Chiefs. Your reasoning for that?
I think they're the two clear teams in my opinion. I know you're all about the Ravens, but until they can learn to throw from the pocket,
yep,
that's just what I got. I mean, I got nothing else. The Bills have just they're right there. They're always right there. They're not getting blown off in the playoff games. They're so close. The Ravens, on the other hand, it's, we got this interception here. We got a fumble here. It's not how they normally play. It's almost like the moment is too big for them.
Got it.
Yeah.
So
I just think,
the Chiefs. That's an automatic. I get it. They're in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
I don't. The only time that Patrick Mahomes has lost is in the AFC Championship. He hasn't gone. He's lost the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl. I went a different route. I went with the Bills, and yes, pardon me as I give you my Ravens love, but I'm gonna go one step further, and I'm gonna talk about another Harbaugh, and that's John Harbaugh. And I'm also going to talk about the roster that they've built. And I'm also going to talk about that, yes, I think that this is the time that Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, because Lamar Jackson actually has shown us during the regular season that he can start to be a passer. And he can be a pocket passer. I'm going to tell you this. I think that this is a year that the Ravens actually beat the Chiefs to get to the AFC Championship game. And they make it there. And I think that they'll probably host the AFC Championship game. I think that the roster is very good. I think it actually might rival last year, especially with getting that late addition of Jair Alexander, which I'm not saying he's a lockdown corner by any means at this age, but the guy's a good cornerback, and you're adding him already to a very good secondary. It's going to be scary. That's what I think. I think the Ravens, I think that this is a time, because I'll tell you what, when you want to catch the Chiefs, when they lose a Super Bowl. Folks, when a team loses a Super Bowl, statistically they're not good. This could be the year. All right, NFC Championship. Tate, who do you got?
Eagles, Commanders.
Repeat of last year. Okay, I like it.
I got the Eagles, Commanders. I know you're saying sophomore slump with the Commanders. I'm not seeing it. I think Dan Quinn has learned from all of his past coaching history, and I think they got another year in the system. One negative too, though, is they are the oldest team in the NFL. I heard that the other day.
You know what's really funny? They are, and listen, I can't deny you what Dan Quinn can do with the Commanders. I think that the Commanders will have a sophomore slump, but I did still pick them to get to the playoffs. So as much as a sophomore slump as that is. Now, for me in the NFC Championship, I started drinking the Kool-Aid. I went Buccaneers. I went Buccaneers and Eagles. Folks, I did not change it after the Micah Parsons. I thought about putting the Packers. I actually had the Packers predicted in my NFC Championship last year, and they let me down. So guess what? Can't do it again. Yes, Packers fans, hate to tell you, you got Micah Parsons. You still got to win the games. Prove it to me. Listen, I'm sure you'd be nothing more to let this Bears fan eat his words, and I will, and I'll give you all the praise. But until that happens, Buccaneers are a very solid team. And I think a lot of people just, because of that easy division that they play in, Baker's playing good ball. Todd Bowles plays pretty good ball. They got Emeka Ibuka now, too, to throw to with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. They're not a badly constructed team at all. Bucky Irving and running back. that defense has got some youth and some veteran play. I'm just telling you, there's something going on with the Buccaneers that I actually thought they'd make a better push last year, and they didn't. But I got Buccaneers, Eagles. Of course, Eagles are in because I think the Eagles and the Ravens have two of the best rosters. Now, Super Bowl, Tate, I'll lead. I have the Eagles and the Ravens, shockingly, because they have two of the best rosters. Guys, it makes too much sense for the Eagles not to get there. I love all the NFCS, all the other NFC teams, but I'm sorry. Eagles, hands down, best offensive line, best defensive line. Right there, you got my vote right there. Yeah, is Jalen Hurts going to struggle sometimes? Sure. Is Saquon not going to rush for 100 yards every game? Sure. Is A.J. Brown going to have one catch in one game? Sure. Guess what? They still do. They still win. It doesn't matter. So they're all bought in. And by the way, most of the Eagles team is bought into that. You don't really hear any squeaky wheels. So that's my pick. Tate, who do you got in the Super Bowl?
Got Bills, Eagles.
Ooh, Bills and Eagles. All right. Bills and Eagles. You know what? By the way, either one of these Super Bowls I would love to see. And Tate, I'm sure that you will agree with me, is because we won't see Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and all of those people.
And guess who's playing? And guess who's playing the halftime show? Taylor Swift.
Is she? Did it get announced?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, I mean, I think that they were talking about it, but I didn't know if it was.
I'm pretty sure. So,
hey, either way, listen.
So
either
you watch
way,
the NFL. You watch the NFL trying to get the Chiefs back in it with the officiating. So
all right. So Tate, your Super Bowl winner, Bills. Eagles. Bills.
I'm saying it's time.
It's time. Josh Allen does it. Josh Allen gets married to Hayden Stanfield and wins the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Wow.
He's the new golden child. He's just on Hard Knocks.
Wow.
It's time. You got two hard-nosed quarterbacks going at it who can run and throw. And Josh Allen has more playmaking, a better arm, I think, than Jalen Hurts. And I think it's time for them to do it.
Wow. Well, folks, listen, that's a big one. I did not expect Tate to say the Bills. I'll be honest with you there. All right. Well, for me, I got to go against the Eagles as well. I'm going Ravens. It's time. Lamar Jackson, guess what? I haven't always been a big believer in you, but this is a year you put it all together. The two best rosters go against each other in the Super Bowl, and the Ravens finally pull it off. Because you know what? John Harbaugh's been there before. Harbaugh's a good coach. He knows what to do. This is the year they put it all together. Derrick Henry will retire after the season, the Super Bowl winner, and all of this stuff. And then guess what? Ravens are going to lose a lot of players next year, but this is your year, Ravens. Yeah. This is your year. Folks, I can't cover anything else because guess what? We got a football game in 20 minutes, and I'm sure everybody's dying to hear what we're going to think about that after. Tate, we're going to join you early next week to recap everything that happened this weekend. But, folks, other than that, we appreciate you coming on out, but we are out.
Oh, yeah. Good job, PJ.
You too, buddy.